Hey everybody, Captain Lou here with another edition of Tigers Daily here on the Fan Arts Network. Happy Wednesday, July the 8th, 2026. Hey, we want to take this moment to ask you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, which is Tigers Daily. You get all the great news, the good, the bad, everything in between, all the updates that we've got for the Tigers right here on Tigers Daily on our YouTube channel, partnered up with the Fan Arts Network. As we mentioned, it's a happy Wednesday in the Tigers clubhouse. A big win to start off the homestand for the Tigers. Sixth win in the last 7 games, a 6-2 win over the Athletics. Don't call me Oakland. It was Tariq Skubal going a strong 5 innings. He did pitch 94 pitches, which is a little more than normal, I guess, for 5 innings, but he struck out 9, walked 2, and just gave up 2 hits, a home run in the second. He was set up, though, in the bottom of the first with a 2-run blast from Colt Keith, his 7th home run of the year. And the rest of the way, the Tigers got 4 in the bottom of the 6th to blow it open. They gave up 1 more run in the 7th, but that was it. They slammed the door on the A's to pick up their 6th win in 7 games, now 9 games under 500. Key as they try to make some ground up in the American League. Kevin McConaughey, he's keeping that great rookie record going, that rookie season going, and he set a major league record for rookies, his 53rd 2-hit game. That's a rookie record before the All-Star break, breaking the record set by Aaron Judge in his rookie year back in 2017. So the All-Star, Kevin McConaughey, keeps it going for the Tigers, a couple of hits and a walk. And he got on base 3 times, scored twice. Just another great outing for McConaughey as well. So the Tigers win the opener as they won 6-2 over the Athletics. They'll look to take Game 2 tonight. We'll talk more about that in a moment. But the big news before the game for the Tigers, and that was going to be Joey Cora, as he was let go this afternoon, or yesterday afternoon rather, at third base. He was the third base coach for the Tigers the past 3 years, but according to head coach A.J. Hinch, they had a philosophical difference, if you will. Didn't agree on the philosophies, and so Billy Boyer's going to take over now as the third base coach for the Tigers. Kind of a strange move, I guess you could say, in the middle of the season. He's a risk taker, Joey Cora was, that's for sure. They cashed in a lot on those risks in 2024. Not so much this year. Last year rather, towards the end of the year, I think it started to catch up to him. But like anything else, when you're struggling and you're looking for answers, trying to light a spark, if you will, Joey Cora got let go. It's going to be a shame. We're going to miss seeing that windmill going around third base. But boy, oh boy, he didn't meet a stop sign that he liked, that being Joey Cora. And he was let go yesterday afternoon. Kind of a strange move by A.J. Hinch, but like we've said all year, A.J. Hinch, he goes to the beat of his own drum. He's the smartest guy in the room sometimes, and he let it known today as he let go of Joey Cora, the third base coach for the Tigers. Now it's going to be Billy Boyer taking over for the Tigers. We'll see how this works from here on out. It worked so far for the Tigers as they won the first game with Boyer as the third base coach. 1-0 for him. 6 out of the last 7, as we mentioned. A big stretch for the Tigers. We keep talking about that, but we're going to talk about it again. If they can win at least 2 out of 3 in each series, that would put them 8 games under 500 going into the All-Star break, and I think that would be huge. If there's any way they could win 5 out of 6, that would be amazing. They've got the Phillies coming into town, as we mentioned, for 3 after the Athletics. These are must-win games for the Tigers. They've got the pitching staff to do it, so we'll keep an eye on that. Speaking of the pitching staff, Jackson Jobe started a rehab stint for the Tigers down in Lakeland yesterday rather. He went 1 2/3 innings, gave up a couple of hits and a run, but he touched 100.2 a few times, which is a good sign for the Tigers. Still on pace to get back potentially for the Tigers at the end of July if everything goes well. A much-needed arm in the bullpen for the Tigers. So, again, good news there. As far as Gleyber Torres, he's still scheduled hopefully to be back after the All-Star break. That's what they're saying with Justin Verlander, although I'll believe that when I see it. Will Vest potentially, Wencel Perez, all of them, they're lightly getting back into their routines, especially Torres and Perez with that freak injury. So again, the Tigers are doing good right now, but they could really use Gleyber Torres, especially in the lineup with his bat, let alone his his glove. So we'll keep you up to date on those if we hear any more. All right. Now we keep also hearing things about what's going on with the trade deadline. I know it's less than a month away now, and everybody's talking, should they trade? Should they maybe be a buyer, that being the Tigers? Well, you read the percentages and the odds that the Tigers will make moves, and obviously Tarik Skubal's name always comes up. He's the number one target. 85% is the probability that Tarik Skubal will still be traded by the August 3rd deadline. That, it waits to be seen. Now, I hope they don't trade him. I'd love to see Detroit ride it out. But you know what the odds are if he's going to come back and sign with the Tigers. We all know the amount of money that he's going to ask. But what about Casey Mize? At the beginning of the year, we didn't think that was even going to be an issue. He's on an expiring contract, and he's going to command some money. Now, is Detroit going to be willing to spend the money for both of them? He's going to be a hot commodity on the market. Right now, they're saying that he is the second hottest commodity on the Tigers as far as if they're going to sell in August. They're saying there's a 60% chance that Casey Mize might go at the trade deadline. So we've been looking at it, and obviously we've been taking a look at some of the teams that might be buyers out there in the market. And a team that's in first place that we really haven't talked about in the American League West. I know the American League is kind of it's horrible. Let's just say that. Let's call it what it is. It's a clown show. I mean, everybody's around 500. Nobody is really sticking out at all. Heck, the Tigers, if they make a run, could still be in it. I get it. They're only, 5 games out of a wild card spot. So, they're still in it. But should they be sellers, and Casey Mize, again, with his expiring contract, here's a name that I want to keep an eye on for the Tigers. That's Ryan Sloan. He's projected to potentially make it to the majors in 2028 for Seattle. This guy's got a lot of pitches. I'll tell you what, he can throw 95, 96. He's touched 98. He's got such a ride up on his fastball that cuts in on lefties. That's crazy. And he's got a sinker, and with a 6'5" frame, that would be an arm I'd love to see in Detroit should they decide that they want to part with Casey Mize. Now, he's the number 2 prospect for the Seattle Mariners. Now, I don't know if they'd be willing to part with him, but you know what? If they want him bad enough, they just might do it, that being Casey Mize. Their top prospect, Cade Anderson, I think is untouchable. He might get called up here before the trade deadline or in August. He's due to be called up next year, but those are 2 names to keep an eye on. Ryan Sloan, though, is the one that I really like from the Mariners to potentially go for the Tigers should they decide to trade Casey Mize at the deadline. I honestly hope they don't, but he's going to command some money next year. That's the thing to keep in mind. He's probably going to command around $25 to $30 million. That's the going rate for decent starting pitching. He'll be 30 years old too. He's an injury risk. Sometimes you wonder if he walks over the chalk line if he's going to pull a hamstring. It's just, he's kind of he can be what they call a glass tiger, a China doll at times. But boy, when he's on, he's unhittable. And that's going to be what I think really piques the interest of some of the teams in the market, especially the teams that are just looking for a rental. And they don't think that they have to go after Casey Mize on a long-term deal, because I know that he's going to want at least $30 million, $25 to $30 million. He's looking at a 9-figure contract. There's no doubt about it. So, all right, as we mentioned, the Tigers, Game 2 tonight, as they're going to have Troy Melton on the mound, and then it's going to be Framber Valdez to round out the rotation for the Tigers. Now, we talked about it on Monday, about the potential of Skubal. The reason why he's not going to the All-Star game is he would probably pitch on Sunday against Zach Wheeler and the Philadelphia Phillies. There was talk earlier yesterday from A.J. Hinch in his pregame press conference that they might try to sneak Kiter Montero in a starting role in that Philadelphia series. Or there's a potential yet he could go in the series finale against the Athletics on Thursday. Regardless, if he does that, that would bump up the rotation. Now, I don't think that would mean that Tarik Skubal would go to the All-Star game. I don't think that's going to happen. But that's something to keep an eye on with the starting rotation coming up this weekend. But for the moment, Troy Melton's going to go on the mound tonight for the Tigers, and it's going to be Framber Valdez tomorrow to round out the series. I like the chances of the Tigers, especially with Melton. He's really on. Valdez has been up and down, but he's got a chance to right the ship. The Tigers, right now, they've got some momentum going. That's what I really like about it. They've got a really good opportunity here. They're now tied with the Athletics, one of the teams that they've got to try to hop over to get that wild card spot. There's like 6 more teams headed by the Texas Rangers. You've got every team that seems like just about imaginable. The Twins, the Yankees, you name it. The Mariners, like we said, the Athletics, the Astros, they're all ahead of Detroit. But if they could keep playing well like they've done here, 6 out of the last 7, winning the games they had to, especially that road sweep against the Yankees. I know that they were down a little bit, but still, you got to win them when they're in front of you, and that's what the Tigers did. So today's a big game, 6:40 first pitch. It's going to be Melton going for the Tigers. And again, the big news yesterday, as Joey Cora was let go as third base coach, and he was replaced by Billy Boyer. We'll see how that pans out for the Tigers and A.J. Hinch. All right, well, that's going to do it for this edition of Tigers Daily. We want to thank everybody for taking time out to be with us here today. We hope you enjoyed the show. And again, we ask you, subscribe to our YouTube channel, which is Tigers Daily. You get all of our great updates live and everything, the good, the bad, everything in between. We're here for you the rest of the season for Detroit Tigers baseball here on Tigers Daily. Until next time, Captain Lou saying keep your heads up, keep your sticks down, keep your feet moving, and as always, keep your minds open. So long.